Hi, a new wave spell starts today. We are on Sunday, the 29th of September 2019, and it's Blue Magnetic Storm Day. This is an exciting day for me because it's my wave spell and I'm on day 9 of it. So it's my Mayan birthday on day 9. And my sign is Blue Solar Hand. So my sign is all about the gateway. Day 9 is always about the gateway. And my sign is also a clear sign. So it's on that famous picture of the spaceman on the Tree of Life or the rocket, or whichever way you choose to perceive it. It's on the sarcophagus of Pakal Votan's tomb in the Temple of Inscriptions, and it has the 13 clear signs on there, which I believe is a process of becoming clear. So people who have clear signs have a human being story that they were born into that is all about wounding on one level, what has created wounding for them and all their family, right back to the beginning of human beings. And although that sounds huge, actually in the person today, that person has all of that DNA in there. And some of it is a suppressed gene that they're not working with. Some of it is something that they're working with. So again, this amazing level of awareness that we have now in science and in spirituality, and the coming together of these two arenas of knowledge and awareness, which split hundreds of years ago around the time where faith went in one direction and science went in another. So today we are in the Libra new moon energy, which was yesterday on White Cosmic Mirror Day. And yesterday was all about what was needing to shift for you. What were you seeing, reflecting back at you? And specifically in this energy of Libra time, where are you needing to come into balance? So the two signs that are involved in the equinox are Aries and Libra on this particular axis. So we've got Aries, which is the hero and the heroine, which begins in the spring equinox. And so that is the 20th of March. And so what was happening for you over that time period from then till now on the 23rd of September when we're going to the autumn equinox. So the Libra new moon energy is all about new beginnings in commitment and relationship. And I offer you this is to yourself first and foremost, because everything that's showing up outside of you is a reflection of you and your beliefs, and that's what you will have seen happening for you very much recently as this energy starts to increase now, the tipping point on planet Earth where human beings are becoming consciously aware, becoming very aware of what their choices have created, most of these choices being unconscious without any awareness. And now as we come into becoming very aware and seeing all our chickens come home to roost, if you will, around those choices, and this is a really intense time. Libra is the time of the Persephone path. It's the time of going down into the underworld. It's the time of doing the inner work. And so perfect that we have Blue Storm Wavespell starting today, because this completely matches up. Blue Storm is focusing on Pluto as a planet. Pluto has been retrograde since April the 24th, so again back in the Aries time of the year, around spring just as that goes into Taurus, and at 23 degrees Capricorn, that was where it went down. I haven't checked the dates on that, so I'm just going to pause there just to see what that is. Okay, so yeah, Taurus time of the year, so we're going into the second sign, and this is a beautiful time of the year in the Northern Hemisphere where everything's really starting to bloom. The day before is the magical day in the zodiac, which is the 34th day of the year, and St. George's Day, which is George and the Dragon. Okay, so again, very symbolic. Google it and see what that speaks to for you. Actually, on this day, it's Red Crystal Dragon, and that is the 12th day in the White Dog Wavespell. So all about our tribe, our family tribe, our wounding in the family. And once we really start to heal that, then we go beyond and we start to connect to Sirius, and we start to connect to our soul family as well on a whole different level. So on October the 3rd, we're going to have that going direct to Pluto. Pluto in Capricorn, we've got Saturn in Capricorn, and there's going to be a big event in January, which is around this conjunction. So again, this is going to be yellow lunar seed on the planet. And again, we've already had these planetary energies coming in. So yeah, 12th of January is the key, 2020. That's the big day where everything's coming together. And so we're working towards that now. So Pluto is all about the shadow, about the underworld in Persephone. It's Hades. It's the rape of Persephone. It's the abduction. It's the being forced to do things that you don't want to do by the patriarchy. And so we've all got a lot of wounding around that, and that's playing out big time with our emotions and our personal story. And to clear that means we come into balance and harmony within. We come into peace with our personal story. That is not about excusing any abusive behaviour. This is about coming into acceptance of it as and when we can, and letting go of anger, letting go of grief, letting go of fear. This is what this time of year is all about. So Blue Storm is the catalyst energy. It's a planetary energy. So the planetary energies are Red Moon, White Wizard, Blue Storm, and Yellow Seed. And we've just started a 13-year cycle of White Wizard, which is the moon goddess, which is all about empowerment. That began on the 26th of July this year. So very powerful. We're going to have 13 years of working with refinement of the previous 13 years. So the previous 13 years began on the 26th of July 2006. And so again, this is how you can use these wave spells very practically. Please check out my blog, flowwithjo.com. There's lots on there about the planetary cycles with specific dates. In terms of White Wizard, we are revisiting 1967 cycle. Okay, so if you were born in the 1960s, then this is particularly key for you, which I was, and you can map in how you may have been very young at that time, and you may not be fully aware of what was going on for you then. But if you have family members around that you can ask about family events, you can also Google what was going on the planet in 1967. There's loads of different Wikipedia things on that, for example, which may jog some memories. And so you can see where we're at on the human evolution scale. So this 13-year cycle is really about letting the magic flow through us instead of believing that we need to create it. It's about self-empowerment. It's about letting go of the old story so that the new story can come in. Now, 13 years hence from now, we're going to be in the blue storm, 13-year cycle. And blue storm is the catalyst of emotional evolution. And blue, any of the blue cycles, any of the blue signs are about this transformation, this inner work. So we've got 13 years to really get into self-empowerment, get into our centre consciously, because when we go into blue storm, that is where we're going to be tested around, can we be in our centre? And by that time, I'll be 67. So if I am still on planet Earth, and who knows how long we've got here and how long we're going to be around to do our journey. So just to show you on the calendar where we are, so we're right down here. So we've only got one more day to go. Okay, we're in the White Castle, so we're in the Castle of Refinement, and then we'll be starting a new 20-day cycle as well, because this is the 20 code and the 13 code in this framework. Okay, so we'll be doing another video on the new cycle that's beginning then. This language I know is unfamiliar, and I'm doing my best to put it into plain language as much as I can, but this is literally coming from another place in the galaxy, a place that is a lot more evolved than planet Earth. And so again, I trust this process. It's mind-blowing, it's changed my life, and it literally shows the human evolution process that's happening now on planet Earth. It is complex, of course it is. Life is complex, it's amazing. And we are very complex. And we can also work very simply as well each day by just focusing on how we feel. We're on a game plan that is shared by human beings. Each one of us sees it differently. And if we have something going on for us that doesn't feel good, then that's about our personal story. That's the interface that we have created. And as we have created it, we can create something different. So it's just learning the tools to help us clear our old emotional wounding story. And that is the key to everything. It's how we feel gives us the point to start with around the meaning that we're placing on our life and where we are in our journey right now. Okay, so the Pluto and Saturn in Capricorn is really key now, because we've got to be disciplined. We've got to be determined to do whatever it takes to get clear and get healthy, because nobody else can do that for us. Other people can help us, other people can support us in our process, but it's time for us to take responsibility for any of our addictions, any of our coping mechanisms, any of our codependent behaviour where we are out of balance, because that's what we're being shown all the time on the outside world. Often this is a coping mechanism where we're overcompensating because we weren't parented in a way that we needed to. And again, that's without any blame or judgment. It just is what it is. If you look at history of human beings and how that's resonating today in each one of us, then this is key to understand that everybody's got their stuff going on, everybody's got their story going on. But most of us, generally speaking, are trying to pretend that we haven't. We're trying to put a brave face on. And all this does is delay the process of actually being honest with ourselves and doing something about it. And I know that's not easy, but the sooner that we decide that we're going to address it, the sooner we can start to come into balance and joy again. So crystals at the moment as well are important. I just started a group workshop. What crystals you're drawn to, your power team. So yesterday actually, I started wearing this hematite, which I've had for a long time, and somebody bought it for me. Now, trusting your gut is key. Often your mind will send you in lots of different directions on this, and this is another, again, key indicator around how grounded and in your centre you are. And so the more that you get grounded, the more that you'll trust your gut. So you'll have cleared lots of your trust issues. It's all the same circle, okay, if you just look at it. Any issues we have around trust will be showing up in relationship right now. This goes right back to childhood, where we learned whether we could trust people or not. If you go back and you rewind and you look at the story, this is where it all begins. So how this often shows up in your body is issues around blood. And so this is especially key for women, again, around their cycles and what's going on with their blood, toxic relationships. So we've got men are from Mars, which is iron. Women are from Venus, which is copper. Again, if you look at what's going on in your blood, if you are lacking iron, if you're not able to get iron from your food, then this is really key for alchemy. And we're in the electric moon now. So all the alchemy strategies are showing up. Women are from Venus, so that's copper. So traditionally, people look to iron supplementation. Do your research and have a look at copper, because I've been using copper as a supplement, and that's really worked well for me. Each person is unique, and each person needs to do their due diligence on what is good for them, because we all are where we are, and we need to follow our own personal cookie trail. So I just did some more research on hematite today, and so this is all about grounding energy, concentration and focus, and protection from negative energy. And so here, the throat chakra, this is where the thyroid and the parathyroid are. And so again, women often feel driven and pushed to do more than what they need to do. Libra is also about the bladder meridian, where we're pissed off, and how the bladder acts as a catalyst to regulate our blood pressure. And so again, you know, needing to flush through with plenty of water and not caffeine products. Do your research on caffeine. Caffeine is something that stimulates us, but ultimately it is poisonous. Okay, so do your research on that. Caffeine is a natural product that plants have created to poison things that try to eat them. And so it works on your central nervous system. And if you have a lot of it in your system, often you're trying to create energy for yourself, but it really is self-defeating. It's stopping things that bring you out of alignment with your energy. And I know, again, it's difficult in a lot of the jobs that we do and a lot of the circumstances that we're in. But ultimately, again, nobody will be able to change this for you unless you change it for yourself. And it's belief systems around this. We've all got to start creating balance around work and rest. And in order to be healthy, we need to get plenty of rest, and we need to stop overstretching ourselves and doing too much for other people, which they need to be doing for themselves. Again, this is codependent relationship. Okay, so what to focus on in this 13 days. Today we're in Libra moon, so I'm just going to read you where we're at as I'm making this video. This is Inside Degrees website, Aqua or Fire. If you look that up, amazing how you can read little stories. And if you start to look at your degrees in your own personal natal chart, you will see your personal story. I just love this, and I love sharing this with my clients. Okay, so Libra 15, prehistoric paintings on the walls of a vast chamber of a cave. Lost inside the infinite variety of ways that Earth existence portrays itself and explores itself, you are thrown into an infinity of responses and reactions to the myriad of variations on universal themes. Astounded and dazzled by the way it all comes down, you need to gather a super expanded field into a coherent progressive pattern, into a virtually random scan attunement faced with the gargantuan task of coming to know its own real parameters. The only possible path to harnessing and working with this vast multiplicity is to remain artistically and creatively alive to the whole dazzling panorama. Simply choose a mode of expression that can do justice to the infinite scan approach, making it meaningful to everybody else as an appreciation of all that is here, as an uninhibited celebration of the fullest profusion of soul impressions, which reveals and reflects the bounty and the glory magnificently. Wow, so that's beyond any more words. I think there's plenty of words in there to look at. And I'm going to be sharing today on my Facebook page a photograph that I took, which blew my mind yesterday. Yesterday I did a search of a film to watch, and on Netflix. So it came up, Eye Origins. If you haven't watched it yet, check it out, it's amazing. And it talks about the eye, it talks about reincarnation. Yeah, just powerful, powerful film about love, soul connection. Absolutely loved it. And I stopped it part way through, and just in the previous few frames it had been talking about numerology and the 1111, and so I just stopped it, and where I stopped it, it was 11111. How is that even possible? You know, it's just wow. I love it. I just love how we're becoming more and more aware that we're in this mystery school. It's a giant mystery school now on planet Earth. And the more we understand that, and the more we get to learn about how the tools work and how we chose to come here at this time, the more empowered we feel, and the more we trust the process, and the more we open our hearts and live in a place of grace. So lots of love to you. If you want to know more about your code, how to work with it, how to clear your amygdala using EFT, please do get in touch with me, and I'll be delighted to co-create with you. See you soon. Bye for now.